So today we're going to take you through one of the hottest neighborhoods in all of Denver. You're not going to want to miss it.
So it's another great day in Denver, Colorado. I'm Michelle Wise.
And I'm Cheryl Crown.
And we are
living in Denver, Colorado.
If you're thinking about making the move to Denver, or maybe you already live here and you want to move within the great city of Denver metro area, then you've come to the right place.
Because Michelle and I live here, we can give you the inside scoop on everything Denver. So please be sure to tap the bell below for notifications and subscribe to the channel so you can be the first one to know the next time we drop a new video.
Yep, and while we are realtors here in Colorado, we make these videos to inform you. We want to let you know everything there is to know about living in Denver, eating in Denver, drinking, sleeping, whatever you want to do here, we're going to tell you about it. So give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email so that you can be the first to know about everything there is to know in Denver. And if you're ready to actually make the move, make sure you reach out to us because we can help you right now.
Yes, and Michelle and I personally respond to each and every email and phone call we get daily. So regardless of your time frame, we've got you covered. So with that, let's check out the Highland.
Okay, so we are here today in the Highland neighborhood. We are in Denver, almost close to downtown, on the west side of downtown Denver. And this is one of the hottest neighborhoods here. So you're gonna need to let us know what you think after we get done with this video. But this neighborhood is amazing. It's hip, it's got a fun vibe to it. I mean, it's happening, it's what's here. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, this neighborhood was one of the original neighborhoods of Denver. So it's been here for a long time. However, it's seen a drastic change over the years that it's been here. It was actually its own city when it was first developed in the late 1800s, 1876, I believe, and they incorporated it as its own city. And then about 20 years later, 1896, Denver annexed the city. So when they built it, the people that lived here wanted it to be this green urban oasis. Back then, you can imagine what an urban oasis looked like in the late 1800s, but you know, they were bent on planting and putting trees in and gardens. And so everywhere you go down here, even though you're in the middle of the city, it's green. It's not cement jungle right here at all.
Parks galore.
So as far as population goes here in the Highland, you're looking at a little over 10,000 people, and the median sale price of a home is about $930,000. As we get further in the video, you'll see why that number is 931. You're going to find some that are, sub 5, and then some that are 1.8 plus.
Yeah, but you're going to have some, higher price. You're paying for location, and this is a prime example of location.
Absolutely. Right now we're in Confluence Park, and behind us you can see this really cool new building, and that's a swimming pool above my head.
That's a pool right there. How cool is that?
Yes,
With mountain views. So it's looking west, and there's mountain views from that pool.
Absolutely. And the other cool thing is the appreciation in this neighborhood. Year over year, 10% plus appreciation. So you can't go wrong buying in this neighborhood.
This neighborhood is in high demand. We are sitting almost butting up against I-25 on the west. The Platte River runs right through the middle of this neighborhood, and the Highland is kind of broken up by I-25. So there's part of it that sits on the west side of I-25 and part of it that sits on the east. But the river runs through it, the Cherry Creek Trail runs through it. There are a ton of parks all along this little central viaduct, if you will, of the Highland neighborhood. So there's actually 3 parts to the Highland. There's Highland, LoHi, and Platte Street. Each of them has their own kind of unique feel. They're all right here, they all touch, they're all very, very similar, but each little section has kind of its own vibe, which the people that live here will tell you that. So they are very proud of where they live, they are proud of the section of town that they live in, and they can tell you exactly what makes their section the best. But when you're looking at this whole area, the Highland has more food and beverage establishments per capita than any other place in the Denver metro area. And that's obvious when we walk down the street. You can totally see that. There's restaurants and bars and coffee shops and distilleries and breweries all up and down this area. No matter what corner you're on, there's something to do.
Yeah, 2 of my favorite restaurants here, Root Down. I've been coming to Root Down since probably 2005 when I originally made it to Denver. And then Linger, which is a sister restaurant of Root Down, is also amazing. And there's a Root Down at the airport. So that tells you how good it is. It's got an airport location.
Yeah, and actually Linger is an old funeral home that's been converted into a restaurant. So if you're kind of looking for a little niche place, that's kind of a cool place to check out.
It is.
Yeah, some of the other delicious restaurants here that are so famous for Denverites, you have Spatino, you have the Bindery, Uncle is a fabulous place if you want to go for ramen. They actually have a couple locations, but I think the original is the one here in Highland. And then they also have Daughter Thai Kitchen and Bar. Those are some of the more famous Denverite restaurants here. They also have one of the very first food halls that was developed in Denver. It's called the Avanti Food Hall. And if you're not familiar with what a food hall is, it's kind of like, think back to like the old food courts,
It's like a mall of food.
Yeah, but it's not your typical 1980s food court in a mall. It's high-end restaurants, high-end food, high-end drinks, very boutique feeling like. And so they're really fun because if you're with a group, there's tables out in the middle. You can have everybody goes to a different spot.
Yeah.
They're really fun. And then it also has two of the oldest restaurants in Denver. They're both Italian. One is called Lechuga's and the other is Gaetano's. And they have been here since the mid 1900s. And then this neighborhood also boasts the city's oldest bar. It's called My Brother's Bar.
I've been there.
Yep, and it's
fun.
been here since 1873. Can you believe that? And it survived Prohibition and all of those things that have happened over the last 150 years. That's unbelievable.
Maybe we'll have to go there after we do this and we can get some video footage of it for you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, and a couple other local establishments. You'll find Zuni Brewing Company, which makes great beers, Mythology Distillery, and you can do tours at both of those locations. And then Middle State Coffee is also a really cool local coffee shop. Okay, so behind us you'll see the REI Superstore, we'll call it. You can go there and buy anything you need for outdoor activities, camping, biking, gear, you name it, you can find it at REI.
Yeah, and sometimes in the summer you'll notice that there's people I think that go there, buy that, then they drop their canoes in the water right here at Confluence Park and, sail on down the river, I guess.
Way down the Platte.
Yep. But if outdoor activities that's not really your thing, then there's a lot of other things here to do. Elitch's, which is our amusement park, is here in this neighborhood. Aquarium is also in this neighborhood, which is a fun indoor aquarium. Fish and all kinds of animal, ocean, wildlife that belong there.
They have a great restaurant too. When my kids were younger, we would come down, hang out at the aquarium, and then go have brunch, and then you can see people actually in the water feeding the sharks. It's just a really cool place for young kids.
Yeah.
And then also the Children's Museum is right next door.
Mm-hmm.
It's another place I spend a lot of time with the boys, and they have like a fire engine that you can check out, sit on, and they get all geared up in their fireman Sam stuff, and it's so cute. And they have a play area where they can pretty much be anything that they want. It's just all about creativity and
super
climbing.
hands-on museum for kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if kids aren't your thing, then they have a lot of fairs down here. They have First Fridays. There's a big art presence down here, so they bring out the various galleries and art vendors, and the first Friday of every month they do that. It draws a huge crowd. In June they do the Highland Street Fair, your typical street fair with food vendors, art vendors. They do a classic car show, live music. It's a really fun thing to come down to. And then they also have a big art presence here. There's an art district, and they have the Bug Theater. That's what it's called.
I know.
It's from 1912, and they renovated it. They don't show movies in there anymore, but they do theatrical performances, and it's kind of a community center where people can come and do things. So they're taking these old buildings and converting them and making them alive again.
In 2022, the Museum of Contemporary Art converted a 100-year-old building into a revamped theater.
Yeah, they're repurposing with various items and various events. So again, another great example of how history of this great neighborhood is brought back to life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you'll see that with the homes here too. So most of the homes in Highlands are townhomes, condos with a few single family homes. Unfortunately, they have scraped some of these older homes, but the ones that they haven't, they've done a really nice job of restoring. And then, they're coming in, putting in townhomes, and there's a few high rises, a few mid rises of multifamily condos or townhomes in this neighborhood. You're going to find young families here. You're going to find professionals that are here working, and then you're going to find the old timers too, right? The ones that have been here forever and are staying put. So nice eclectic mix of people in this neighborhood. So there's room for everybody.
Absolutely. So as far as the market goes, crazy demand here and not a lot of supply. So when a house comes on the market, or a condo or a townhouse, they go really quickly, and and they're getting top dollar.
They really are. They really are. Of the homes that we looked at that have sold in the last 6 months, the most expensive house that sold in this neighborhood was a townhouse. It sold for $1.8 million. It was 3 bedrooms, 4 baths, 2,300 feet roughly, had a 2-car attached garage. It was in the LoHi section. Remember we told you there's a couple different sections, and it was built in 2019. So that's a good example of the townhomes that they've come in and built brand new. And so you're getting that new build in the heart of the city, which is nice. And sometimes in some neighborhoods it's hard to find, but not here. The least expensive condo that sold, or at least the expensive property that sold, was a condo. It actually is a good example of an older home. It was built in the 50s. It sold for $462,000. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath condominium, 780 square feet. It does have assigned parking, so that's nice, because down here parking is at a premium. A lot of street parking, unless your building or complex or lot offers a parking spot. But it was super well updated. I mean, adorable inside, all new flooring, all newer, kitchen cabinets, bathrooms.
Small but renovated.
Right, exactly. And if you're, that's what's sold. So then if you're looking, okay, what's out there right now, the most expensive is another townhome. It's actually very similar to the one that sold, but it's listed at $830,000. So it's a little smaller. It's only 1,400 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, which I thought was a little strange. And it had a 2-car attached garage. So again, you get that nice ability to park and attach right into your own building. And the least expensive property on the market right now is a condo. It's $495,000. It was built in 2007, so a little older, but still nicely updated. It had underground parking, so super nice there. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and it was 800 square feet. So small, but if you're single and you just have the 1 bedroom, it's a great place to be, because if I lived down here, I wouldn't be inside my house a whole lot. I'd be out here exploring and checking out all the places to eat and drink and walking these trails, and it's amazing.
Well, it even investment wise, I mean, for under $500,000 to get a 1-bed, 1-bath in a place as affluent and cool and hip as the Highland.
And to think it's going to appreciate almost 10% every year going forward, you never know what's going to happen, but that's what it's done in the past. So that's a nice investment, return on your money.
100%.
Yeah.
So we hope you enjoyed this video tour of the Highland neighborhood in Denver, one of the hottest places to live in the Denver metro area. As promised, here we are at Brothers Bar, which is the oldest bar in all of Denver, 150 years actually.
Yeah, they actually even have signs here that say celebrating 150 years, and the inside is adorable. They have an old-fashioned cash register. You kind of feel like you step back in time when you walk through the front doors here.
100%.
But they have good food and good drinks, so cheers to another tour. And if you guys have any questions, make sure you reach out to us, give us your feedback. Don't forget to subscribe. Call us your contacts down below. We are here for you with any questions or when you're ready. So give us a call. See you next time.
Share the love.